Hi, this is Melanie from the sister writing team Melanie Shawn, and I am here with this week's Just the Tip. Okay, I'm very excited to show you what the tip this week is, which is how to create a 3D paperback render of your book, even if you only have the flat ebook image. And there's a couple different advantages to this. One is it just looks pretty cool and pretty professional. And then the other one is if you remove the background from it so it has a transparent background, you can actually then use it in all kinds of different advertising mediums. You can add it to the corner of ads that you already had to just make it a little bit more eye-catching. You can use it in all kinds of ways. And I'll be showing you a couple different ways to remove the background in a future Just the Tip. But for right now, let's get going on this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go to Pixlr editor. There are many different ways that you can do this. Any full-featured photo editor should honestly be able to do this process, but I wanted to show you the majority of things that I show you in the Just the Tip videos, I want to make available on online tools if possible so you can access them from any computer and free of charge if at all possible, because when you're writing, there are a million things that cost money, and if you can do something just as well with a tool that's free of charge, why not? I want to give you that option. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open image from your computer. So we're going to be making a paperback image today, but once you see the process of how to do this, you'll see that you can move that ebook cover image onto any shape or ebook reader regardless of how it's angled. Like this is one that I'm going to be making later for this book, but for right now we're going to do paperback. So that is the first step. I'm going to open this up so it's a little more centered, easier to work with. The next thing that you're going to do is go to Layer, Open Image as Layer. Now this is where you actually go and grab the book cover. So Shauna and I are writing in the Laguna Beach Kindle world. That's launching in just a little bit. Very exciting. So I'm going to make a paperback cover of this gorgeous Sunset and Laguna cover that was made by the awesome Zoe York. So go ahead and open that. Now it's going to end up being much bigger probably than your original image depending on the size of your original image you're basing this final image on. So it's easy to fix that though. Just go to edit. The next step is go to edit, free distort. Now this is when you're going to get a little blue box at each corner of this image, and that means that you can move those corners independently. That's how we're going to shape this photo of the cover onto the paperback cover. So just start moving them. I'm sure there might be people watching this who are saying there's a better way to make this image small and workable, but this is just how I do it when I do mine, so that's what I'm going to show you. Is the first thing that you need to do is just shrink it to the point that the entire image is in the workable field. Okay, so now that we have all four image corners where we can work with them, now is when you're going to start fitting the corner of the image to the corner of the paperback cover. And when I do this for real, I mess with it pretty endlessly because the more accurately and precisely you can line up those corners and lines to the actual outline of the cover portion of the paperback, the more real your final product ends up being. But for this example, I'm just going to go ahead and stop it there. So then what you want to do is you can use Pixlr actually without having an account, but I recommend signing up for an account because why not? It's free. And then you'll see that when, yes, I do want to apply the changes, that when you save, that you'll have the option to save onto your computer and then also into your Pixlr library. So it's a nice little storage function, and also you can go back and continue to work on your same photos at a later time. So I'm saving this as a JPEG, but if you use a version of this paperback base that you have already made transparent, then you would want to save it as a PNG because that can be transparent. So I always ramp up the quality to 100 because even though the file is a little larger that way, I figure if I need the highest quality later, then I have it. I can always shrink it, but you can't ramp up the quality at a later time. So then just save that. SIL for Sunset and Laguna. And that is the entire process. It is as simple as that. And stay tuned for a future episode of Just the Tip where I will show you how to remove this white background so that you just have a completely transparent version of this paperback that you can overlay onto other memes, other teasers, other advertising art, and it becomes just extremely flexible and useful.